Hi all. I've seen a couple of tattoo tour videos, being a tour of a person's body and the tattoos they have, the stories behind them, the reasoning behind them, and so on. So I thought I'd go myself, seeing as I have a fair few tattoos. I think I was about 14 when I did my first little stick and poke. That was on my arm somewhere there. I just made a little mark, a little Y shape. That was just playing. I think my dad happened to see it and go mental. I put a plaster over it, but I'd been swimming and forgotten to put the plaster on, and he'd seen it, and he went moderately mental. And then it wasn't until I think maybe 2 years later that I did, underneath the tiger there, I did a skull. It was quite a good one, with a flag over it. I'd seen guys when we'd been down the beach or been out somewhere, stick and poke again, but just doing really crap ones. So I thought, I can do better than that, being sort of quite arty and artistic. So I did the skull, as I say, and being left-handed, obviously, my right bicep. At some stage, I put a girlfriend's name in there, and then went over that with black. There was a black flag. I did the underneath there, was a spider's web, which I did probably sort of 17ish. I think the next one after that I was 19 or 20, and that was this band going around there, and that was my first good large piece of stick and poke. The colours in there that you can see, they've stayed there for 33 years, and they still maintain their colour. What it was, or the ink that I used, it was some t-shirt painting dye that you used to paint on t-shirts. It said non-toxic, so I assumed it'd be okay to poke into my body. So from there, I just went all out for years and years. I'll swap the phone around, and I'll have a look at some. Yeah, I started stick and poke in earnest. So majority of my legs I've all done myself. Stick and poke. I've done scarification. I did some magnifying glass branding. That was a very early stick and poke I did. That's a snake based on a cover from an Alice Cooper album. Ooh, quick spin around. I've got some machine work, obviously. That was from a Marvel comic, The Hanged Man. And then all the rest, basically, it's either been tapped or poked. I'm just trying to fill in with little dots at the moment, just as a bit of filler. The samurai was my first big major piece. I'd seen a picture in a book of Japanese sort of art, and the samurai was in there. So we've done that with the sun behind, which for the last 2 years I've been trying to redo, and I've just not got into it. But the rest has. So yeah, little blossoms and clouds and so on, and bits and bobs. I did have an eyeball under there. You can just sort of see the line that goes around an eyeball. Turn that into a flower. That's been there 30 years. Can't think what ink I used for that. It's gone quite grey over the years. And then yeah, I say there's some tapping that I've done. Added a bit of colour here and there. The majority is black. One of my mates, when he was apprenticing, just starting out, did a couple of skulls to practice on a bit of skin, as it were. Now he's knocking out some amazing stuff. These bits, I made some big metal teeth comb for tapping in. They took a bit of banging, but they all got in. Managed to do most of that myself. And the same that side. Same that side. Bits further up, I had to get a mate to do. One did one side, another mate did the other, because I couldn't quite manage and reach to get the skin tight. That was the main problem. Ordered some hawthorn needles, little hawthorn thorns. Made some ink up. There's a video on my channel about that. Little scarecrow. What have I got? Got my boys' names. They all start with J. I had. That's not very well. Let's try the other side as it's there as well. I had done some on the sole of my foot there, but that's dropped out a fair bit. Inside of my legs, I'd tapped in. Oh no, sorry, no, that is poked. I think I did I poke and tap? Oh, I can't even remember now. It's been so long. But yeah, that took an age. Right, I think we'll spin around again and look at some other stuff. See where I'm going now. Yeah, so I'd done some of these, and then my mates had done the triangles. I'd done this. Mate had done that for me by machine. That goes down fairly far. Chest. That and that was done with a little jailhouse machine, which I made up just for fun, just to play with. All the rest of that is all hand poked. Mate had done that for me. The star, I'd scratched in, so it's just basically with a needle set and just scratching like that, and then an ink rub the ink in. So I'd done that, and my two most recent tattoos are those two stars. Well, I had two other mates, one have a go each. Tattoo artists, they've got their own studio. So it's all done nicely, but just to give them a bit of fun, have them play with something, do something different. I had that one done, barely see it now. That was about 33 years ago. Booze, blues and tattoos. So yeah, the web was covered up. I'm just working on some branding for that, as you can see in the middle there. My army blood group there. It's a traditional army tattoo. My arms, I didn't want dense work, so I've gone for the stars and the dots, and then there's a few other patterns on there. The hand, I poked myself. And similar with that arm. Not a bit of colour in there. And then just not dense. I don't want to be another 20 years and it all blob into one. That was hand poked by a mate of mine just the other day. A little bit of practice for him. One of my favourite ones, there was a guy from Thailand who hand poked that in for me, traditional style. There's a story behind him, but that's personal to him, why he was here, sort of thing. And then other little bits. That was scratched in. That was supposed to be like a cherry blossom branch. Cherry blossom branch, that's odd. There is a skull, which again was scratched in and ink rubbed, but that's dropped out, which I might have to work on again. Right, let's spin you around once more. I'll drop a few other photos in, I think. The back of my head, my back, the butt cheeks, which were the most painful ever. Oh, cheeks of my arse. Severely painful. And a great pleasure. I was telling my mate reckoned. Not really. He had to do them for me. In the shop when I put shorts down. So yeah, that's just a quick little tour of everything I've got. So yeah, as I say, mostly my legs hand poked up into my stomach. I've got machine work, hand poke, tapping, scarification. Oh, that was a good one. For years I've been trying to get these scars come up. The top, there's two different colours there. I don't know why, because they've all had the same treatment. The top one was I finished off last year with some magnifying glass branding, which seems to be, it's actually risen the scar slightly. That there, I branded myself with some stainless steel bars, just bent to shape, and then had my mate just had a little bit of shadow. And what else? I think no piercings. My wife made me promise not to have any piercings, and I'm not really bothered, to be honest. It's never, I wouldn't say it's not appealed to me. I would have had a couple, but nothing major. So yeah, I'm not really not bothered about not having piercings. But no, there's some other videos on my channel of my hawthorn poking and some branding and such, and some tapping. If you want to have a look at them. But no, for years, I had a break for a long time. I just couldn't get my head into it. But it's not like I'm short, so yeah, that's just a little bit of me.